this year are more used to the gallop facilities, and I think some of the gallops this year have been absolutely outstanding.
They obviously come from far and wide, but I think that across the way, Balmoral Stud have got a distinct advantage in that their horses are prepared very close by, and it's just a little walk across here, no stress for them, and of course they know the environment.
Yeah, I think it is a big advantage, and it is a nice gallop facility. I mean, it's a pretty level gallop, and it's quite soft. They put shavings on the top, and it's quite nice. So it's good for the horses, and I think the horses hopefully will come out of their gallops really well. But yeah, there have been some impressive gallops today, and I think there's horses here for everybody. Whether you're looking for a cheapie or whether you're looking for the top of the market, I think there's some really serious horses here.
The take-home message is that this is definitely not a hurry-up sale. It's a sale that you can get longevity out of. There are many horses that have raced till 6 and 7 that have come off the sale.
100%, but there are some that come off the sale that could be ready to run in a month or 2 months' time. But you've got to try and sift out what you're looking for and find the right horse.
These horses look exceptionally well, and I think they've been very well schooled, and they've been pretty impressive the way they move. They're sensible, and that's so important for the future buyer, because if they're not that well schooled, they duck and dive all over the place, and you can't really see the action. But I must say these horses are really performing well today.
Speaking to some of your colleagues, not least of all Mike de Kock, he refers to bone density, that the sooner you get bone density into these horses, the more likely they are to stand up. And it doesn't mean to say that because you buy the horse on the sale that it has to race very soon. Your sentiments on that?
Oh no, I agree, absolutely. I grew up that way. Years back when horses were bought at the Joburg sales in March, end of March, beginning of April. Horses never went back to the farms. In actual fact, when I was still working for my father, we'd buy them, and he would go to Durban. I would break them in down in Cape Town, give them 2 weeks off, break them in, and start exercising them straight away. In August, when he came back, we'd really put him on the grass. But you're not ripping their guts out, but exercising them, because that's how you create bone density. We have a tendency now in this country to actually just throw them and leave them on the farms. I don't think that's really the answer, and we've won many group races and classic races, and that's why we used to train them before.
I like the ready to run. The horses are brought on slowly. The buyers get the chance to see the horses move in front of them. Part of the job's done. I look at the horse, how the action goes, and then I go back and look at the conformation of the horse, and then decide if the two match up, and then you can be onto a good thing.
Well, obviously the incentive is a very good one. I mean, there's big money to be won over here, but it's not necessarily the reason that you come to the sale.
No. I think there is an incentive. It's a 1,400 metre race, and if you're actually buying for that race, you've got to look for a 1,400 metre horse. But there are lots of nice horses that won't necessarily be ready for that race, but there are some very nice horses on the sale.
Yes, I think so, Andrew. I've always been a parade ring type racer, from the late Gabby Som, who taught us that you go to the parade ring, and he always said his motto was always, the eye doesn't lie. And I like to get to the parade ring, I like to look at horses, and I like to look at the gallops. I think it's very important the way they move. I've seen a couple that move very well today. I watched a couple of gallops inside the marquee where they showed you the slow motions. You're able to see a little bit more on the slow motion. They come through quite quickly. I think the first few gallops were a little bit misleading because there were advertising boards on the sides, and a couple of horses were green and shied away from them. But I think we'll make a shortlist lap for now, and then what we'll do is we'll go to the stables at the sales and we'll have a re-look at them, and then we'll make our decision.
So you're confident that you've seen something that's going to take you right to the top here?
If it's in my price range, of course, but I've seen some really nice horses.
First of all, a lot of the horses have been paid for to this point. So, new owners who come into the game, they don't have months of keep to lay out for, and the horses are obviously close to a run. Some of them take a little bit more time than others. So, it's a big saving for owners from that perspective. And, obviously the attraction for the ready to run, the prize money that they've put up, it's very big. I mean, and if you do happen to find a horse that's good enough to compete, then it's fantastic. So we all here looking for the same thing, and it's nice just to see how the horses move and get an idea. And it's a great concept, and I think it's growing in South Africa all the time. A lot of horses on the catalogue have come out of your top sales, in Cape Town and in Joburg, and they put on for the purpose of qualifying for the race. So the pages are strong. There's good pedigrees, good stallions. So it's exciting.
People are creatures of habit. They love things that they're used to, but I think that this particular venue is rapidly gaining momentum in terms of its appeal to the people who are watching these horses gallop.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's my first time to attend at Balmoral and Yellow Star, and the facility is fantastic. They put on a fantastic day today. So yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a good day out, and nice to see the horses.
This particular venue surely lends itself to being one of the most beautiful venues to show people the horses, the effort that goes into making sure that these horses are sound, that they continue with their racing, and takes out some of the guesswork for prospective owners.
Credit must go to all the people who prepared the horses, Jane Thomas, Jane Trotter, Koos de Klerk of Yellow Star, and of course Nicola Coppes. And they've done a magnificent job in getting the horses to a really great level, and this is one of the best quality drafts of horses I think we've seen for a long time. This year the stake for the race is 3.85 million, and there's some very, very good horses, and we're hoping to see a quality field, and then on Sunday, yeah, it'll be a magnificent sale, and I think the buyers are going to really have to bid up to get the decent horses.
I was very impressed with a lot of horses, Obviously, your major stallions being represented, Captain L, Western Winter, Silvano. You want to see the likes of that, and nice to see that they had all three of the freshman Group 1 winning stallions represented here as well. I also thought that the international stallions, these are very good stallions that they brought out, and it was wonderful to see a Bernardini, he's a record-breaking stallion for 2-year-olds. I hope people are going to use him for 2-year-olds. Very, very good stallion. I was very impressed with the imported horses as much as I was with the locals, but they looked good. They worked well. I was pleased with the whole setup.
I don't really look at them in slow motion. I stand on the ground, I watch them move. Then I'll go have a look at the individual and see what his conformation is all about. Because there's no use horse moves well, you come have a look at the horse and it's tiny and it's got no scope. It could be terribly offset, it could have bad hocks that he's like at, and to say, well, is he going to stand up, where are we going with the horse? So I just stand on the ground, watch how they move, and then go look at those individuals.
I think there's a lot of luck involved in buying horses because most of us are restricted to a budget when we're buying horses. So you'll miss a couple and then you'll end up buying one that maybe wasn't your first pick of your choice, might end up the best. Alternatively, one of the ones that you missed made a bit more money and ends up even better. But that's luck, and you've got to ride that luck, and somewhere along the line you'll get it right.
We've got Bella Spumante, a dynasty filly. She's fourth on the log. She's only had one start. She won exceptionally well. She won't run again. She's going straight into the cup. She's doing very well. She's been in Joburg now for about 7 weeks. We're happy with her progress. So yeah, we're looking forward. It's a big payday, so we'll give it a go.